friends, good evening, and I hope you had a really wonderful day. And I want to make a video tonight regarding criticism and how we can use criticism that we might receive in a very constructive and resourceful, empowering way. And criticism or feedback that we receive from others is something that we all encounter in our life, and sometimes it might come on a daily basis, or it might be infrequent, but nevertheless eventually we do receive criticism from people. It could be in the workplace, or it could be from our family members, or it could be from friends, or from people on the street, or somebody in a social setting. And so specifically, I wanted to make this message regarding criticism because a lot of times, if you're a sensitive person, you tend to take criticism personally. And I know that because I tend to be, in the past, I used to be very sensitive to criticism, and I couldn't take it very well. And I've gotten a lot better over the years, which is great, and we all probably do get better with time. And so I think that one of the most important things to remember whenever you receive criticism from anyone is to remind yourself to not take it as an attack or as something aimed at your value, your intrinsic value as a person, or as impacting your self-worth. Because what happens sometimes is that when we are criticized, if we don't have a strong sense of security and confidence and self-esteem, we can very easily construe that to be as an attack on our value as a person, and then we feel that we're wrong in some way, and then that's when we have low emotions and we feel bad about ourselves. So rather than going down that path, we can be aware that when we receive criticism, it is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to learn about yourself and to learn about the other person. The reason why you can learn is because you are learning what is important to the person giving you the feedback, to the person giving you the criticism. You automatically know what matters to them, what is important to them, and you get a very clear sense of their map, their view of the world, or their world map. And if you're being criticized, then it's demonstrating that you both have different maps, and you both view a same situation in a very different way. So it's a great opportunity to learn about the other person, to understand how they see the world, and it is also an opportunity for you to learn about yourself and to ask yourself the question, do I agree with this feedback? Could it be true? And then, is there any way that I can use this information to my benefit, to improve my performance, or to enhance my behavior? Because regardless of what is being said, there is information, there is data being given to you, and there is a reason why you are receiving that information. So the first thing, just to repeat, is to not take any criticism as an impact on your value as a person, on your self-worth or your self-esteem, because you are worthy and you are valuable regardless of what anyone else might say about your performance or self. And that's important for all of us to always bear in mind, no matter how old we are. It's that we have intrinsic value for being born and alive, and that is number one. The second thing is to view criticism as an opportunity to learn from the other person, to understand more deeply how they see the world, and then also to learn if this is something that you can take for yourself as information to enhance your own behavior, to enhance your performance, or your just your overall life experience and the way that you behave. Because sometimes we do receive good information. And the other thing that is important to consider is I would invite you to perhaps relabel the word criticism. Instead of criticism, because it sounds quite negative, we can call it feedback. And that's what it really is. Anytime somebody gives you their view on how you could improve or how you could do something different or why they disagree with what you're doing, you can see that as feedback instead of criticism. Criticism tends to have a negative connotation, but feedback is more like information, thoughts, ideas, suggestions, recommendations. So that would be a great tool that we can apply the next time that you encounter any sort of criticism. You can relabel it. You know, just imagine that you're putting tape over it and writing with black marker, you know, this is only feedback. It's feedback on the situation. And yeah, and I think the last thing that is important to remember is that we cannot please everyone, and everyone is unique, and each person has their individual map of reality, and some things work for them and some things work for you. And many times we are on the same page and people agree, and many times people disagree, and there are different perspectives. So choose what you want to learn from any sort of feedback, and try to just remember that you have your intrinsic value, that this is not an attack on your value or self-worth, that this is only feedback, and that this is an opportunity to learn about the other person and about yourself. So basically, using something that before would have been negative and you would have felt some kind of low emotion about it, turning it around and upside down and making it something positive and interesting and educational. And thus you will empower yourself, and you will feel more confident in who you are, and you will feel more self-mastery and more empowerment to face many of life's varied situations and the multiplicity of people and perspectives in the world. So that is the core message for tonight, is to empower yourself by shifting the perspective, and it's never really criticism, it's only feedback to your benefit. So have a great night, and I'm looking forward to talking soon. Bye!